Hello traders, Joseph here again. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. So what I'm going to do is something I've never done in any of my videos before, which is I'm going to be performing something that I call a technical surgery on a particular currency pair, and that currency pair is the euro dollar. So I'm going to take it apart, I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to show you guys different levels of technical analysis from basic to advanced to even more advanced, to show you guys where I think the market is going to. And I'm also going to give you guys a technical breakdown of the previous structures to kind of tell you why the market has done what it's done before we got to this point. So I've got my chart here on the 4-hour time frame, and looking at this chart, there's a very kind of basic and obvious pattern that is going to spring to mind, especially if you're a newbie trader who's just started learning how to trade. And when you start learning how to trade, the very few first patterns that they will teach you in terms of how to predict the market is usually the resistance and support, the double bottom, double tops, and then the head and shoulders. So in this case, we're looking at the reverse head and shoulders on the chart here, where we have the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. And usually with these patterns, you're expecting the market to go higher from this point. But obviously, the more advanced you get in trading, you tend to realize that sometimes you need more than one reason for entry. Like, you know, you don't just trade just because you see head and shoulders. You just don't go ahead and trade. You tend to kind of build a case for entry, and this is what all these videos is about. So this is just a basic pattern that anyone who knows about trading should be able to see that pattern on the chart. So we're gonna go a little bit more advanced right now, and I'm going to take you, take a trip down memory lane. I don't know if you guys have seen the video I've done on advanced pattern before, and I think it's called How to Identify Advanced Pattern Like a Pro, where I was just drawing lines on a chart. So I'm going to do something similar to that here, where I've got a line down there. I'm going to draw another one here, and by the time I draw the third one, it's going to be a little bit obvious to you where this is going to go to. So drawing this line, completing here, you would see that the market is on the verge of making an advanced pattern. Now, what advanced pattern this is, I would have to use my Fibonacci retracement to know. So we got the 50% retracement, so we're looking at the bad pattern, which will complete at the 886 retracement. Now, obviously, to get this pattern, it means you would have to trade the C to D leg of an advanced pattern, which I don't normally do. Just to bring in this and complete the pattern. So now you got another a second reason for entry. If you're to trade the C to D leg of this pattern, in combination with the reverse head and shoulders, that you would expect the market to rally up onto that point. Yeah. But now we're gonna go a little bit more advanced, and in order to go more advanced, I'm gonna have to take my chart and put it on the daily time frame. So putting these on the daily time frame, and just try and zoom out and try and look at the whole structure. So if you look at this structure, you're gonna see a pattern. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this pattern, but this is a pattern. I think those people who have any knowledge on wave analysis or wave theory, they should be able to recognize this pattern, because this is a pattern that usually breaks to the upside. So this is a pattern you're gonna get a really big move to the upside after this pattern. So this is another reason for entry. This is another reason to go long on the euro dollar, just because of this pattern. But I'm gonna show you why having even more advanced knowledge than just a simple wave analysis can be really important. Because if you're a wave trader who is familiar with these pattern, what you will usually do is, obviously, if you look at this, where the market broke out of this pattern, we had the break here. This is where we got the break, right? This move right here. Oops, that's not good. So this move here, that's where we got the break. If you are a wave, someone that trades, this pattern, if you're familiar with wave analysis or wave theory, you would be trading this pattern to the upside once you see this break. But did you see what happened when the market completely reversed? why did the market do that? You know, some people just, you know, you ask it, have you ever asked yourself so many questions why the market? Because if you, I can promise you that if you go through the market, you look at different patterns or patterns similar to this, you're gonna see that every time the market comes out of these patterns, it hardly just goes in a straight line. It hardly just goes. I mean, obviously you would expect the market to rally, kind of give you a little pullback and then rally, give you a little pullback and rallies. Sometimes it does that, but at least 60 or 70% of the time the market doesn't just go straight up, it comes back straight down to retest the lows. And that brings me to my own strategy, which is the contraction and expansion strategy. So this pattern that you see in wave analysis, I call this the contraction phase or the consolidation phase, where you see the market is moving up and down in a very tight range. So something that kind of looks like this. So this is the contraction phase for me. And what the market does, how the market moves from a contraction phase to the expansion phase, is something that you have to really pay attention to, because this is something I've spoken a lot, especially in my the last live day trading that I streamed on YouTube a couple of weeks ago. So once the market comes into the expansion phase, this move is what I call the trap, the retail trader's trap, in this case the buyer's trap. Because once the market comes out of the contraction phase, this is what it does. It moves up and down before it makes a decision. So from this point onwards, the market will decide whether it's going to go up or it's going to go down. Now you can take this structure that I put right here, this structure, this up down structure, something that looks like a, I don't know, where do you see this kind of structure? I think it was in if you go to, you know, those machines that they you know, when you're in a hospital, those machines that they connect to you, that kind of determines if you're alive or dead, you know, the ECG machine, I think that's what it's called, I'm not too sure, but that's what you see. If you take this, copy it, and you're going to paste it into every single contraction that you see in the market, you're going to see a very similar movement, because this is the kind of movement that the market makes once it comes out of a contraction phase and goes into an expansion phase. Now in this case, let me go ahead and delete all of these things. Delete them, and let's go back to our main chart and see. So you see, this is exactly what the market did. So let me delete this one as well, and look at that movement that we did. So up, down, up. So now is at the point where the market is going to decide which direction it's going to go to, either up or down. But obviously in this case of this whole structure, I would expect the market to go up from here. Yeah, so you got another reason for entry. But knowing this kind of movement that the market makes when it comes out of a contraction phase helps you a lot in kind of making your decision. But then again, if we try to go a little deeper, let's try and understand why the market did what it did. Why did this move happen? Is it a move that you could have predicted? Could you have seen this move coming? This up move that we had, could you have seen it coming? Well, you could. If you're familiar with the 1 2 3 strategy, that's one of my favorite strategy. So the 1 2 3 strategy is basically, so if you look at this previous, what happened before the move that we got up there, if you look at the structure that the market made here, this is a bullish structure, which I call the 1 2 3 structure. The market makes this 1 2 3 structure, and then it comes all the way down, breaks the structure, giving you the trap, the seller's trap, the retail trader's trap. Remember on the higher time frame that we saw this pattern, we saw this move, this was the buyer's trap. But in this case, focusing on this structure, this is the seller's trap. After the market makes this low, it goes back to retest the highs. After retesting the highs, the market comes back down. So just focusing on these, you would understand why they moved Why that move happen? And guys, I can show you so many examples of these kind of movement in the market. I think actually I posted a trade like this on my trading view, actually a few of them, but I'm just gonna cast your mind to the last trade that I posted on trading view, which is very similar to what I just showed you in terms of having, but in this case we have the 1 2 3 4 5. So we got the 1 2 3 4 5, and then we got a break, right? What did I tell you about this? This is the retail traders trap. Where's this market headed to? This market is headed back to the previous high. So looking at this, just look at this. This is like an exact copy, right? We got the sellers traders, the retail traders trap. The market is gonna go back to the previous structure high, and then it's gonna drop. Same scenario here. 1 2 3 4 5, break of structure, retail traders trap. This market is headed all the way to the previous structure. Let's just the play button and see how far okay, so look at the market has actually moved. So this one is not as fast as the euro dollar, but where do you think this market is headed to the previous structure high, and once it gets there, we're gonna find a reason to go to sell it, because this is the expansion phase. You got the contraction phase, you got the expansion phase. So that's what you're gonna see, guys. When I give you analysis of the market, this is something you're probably never gonna see. You're not gonna see a lot of traders doing this. Even when you go on TradingView, the kind of trades that traders post on TradingView is usually the basic resistance, the support, the trend lines. Guys, this is retail traders' way of thinking. If you're trading like that, you will never be successful at trading. I can promise you that, guys. You will never be successful at trading. I mean, I had a few comments on, you know, the way I trade from people, and this is one of the ones that actually was really good, so I had to show you guys. So this guy made a comment. He said, this kind of makes you feel like you've wasted a lot of time learning rubbish strategies in the past. My eyes suddenly popped like I've taken some pills. Obviously don't pay attention to the last bit, but you kind of get where it's coming. This is someone that probably has wasted so much of his time learning how to trade the retail traders way, the advanced the resistance, the support, the trend line. That way is never gonna make you successful at trading. Guys, take it from me, it's never gonna make you successful at trading. You need to be able to think like the banks and the retail trader and the hedge funds. They think totally different. Where you're seeing a trap here, where sellers are taking a sell here, the banks and the hedge funds are buying. That's how you sell. You see the market, you know, giving you a little profit, and then all of a sudden the market reverses. You'll be like, okay, they told you that when the market comes out of a channel or resistance, should go in the other direction. But you have to be able to think differently. I mean, this is what what I'm aiming to do, to try and teach people how to trade like a retail trader. And obviously, if you go to my website, like I said, you're gonna see. Just have a look at my FX book I've got on my website. So this is my price action strategy. I've been trading this strategy for a really long time, and I don't get these results, guys, by trading like an advanced like a retail trader. This is all down to understanding price action and contraction and expansion in particular. You're not going to get these results by trading resistance and support. So when I talk to you about trading, guys, this is what I want you guys to get to. This is the kind of level I want you guys to get to. Forget about, you know, all these things that, you know, you learn on the internet or whatever. No one on the internet you're not going to find a course on the internet which teaches you this kind of strategy. I can promise you that. So guys, you have a part to play in terms of kind of making sure people kind of get this, or, you know, because it's really, I mean, people are really gonna waste a lot of time and money and, you know, learning things that will never help them in trading. So you have a duty to kind of, you know, get this video out, you know, do what you're doing, but, you know, keep supporting the channel. And you know, subscribe it, you know, share it, follow me on TradingView as well. That's actually going to help to kind of get this out. And obviously if I look at my WhatsApp trading group, I mean, this WhatsApp trading group that I have with my traders, this is not anything, it's not like a signal group, it's not a signal service group, you know. This is where I do my day trading. I do contraction expansion strategy, where I update my traders every single step of the way. So what you see with this 1-2 trade and the contraction strategy, we go every step from the entry of a trade, even if we have to come out of a trade or get back in and things like that. They get update every single. So it's not like a signal group where they'll give you a trade and tell you, stop loss, profit level, and that's it, and you never, until the market does what. Because the market changes every single time the market changes, and you have to be able to understand and react to those changes. And that's what I have with Master. That's why our results have been extraordinary. I mean, last month we had the worst month in trading, where we had 16 winners and 16 losers, but we still made 2,000 pips. Compared to the previous month where we had 16 winners and 10 losers, still made 2,000 pips. First month, 20 winners, 5 losers, still made 2,000 pips. Now this is really incredible results that you're not gonna see anywhere, guys. And if all you want to do is learn how to trade or something, or learn this strategy, like I said, I've got the complete trader course for you. If it's too much for you, pay in installments. I do accept payment in installments. I will teach you guys. This is a one-on-one course that I'm going to teach you face to face, me and you on Skype, until you're able to understand all these patterns that the market is making, so you're able to predict where the market is going. I've got so many of them on my trading view that you can go and have a look. Yeah, so I think I've said all I can, all I can think of. So, but yeah, so thank you guys for watching again, and if you really enjoyed this video, like I said, just give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below, and anything you do to help the channel grow, I greatly appreciate it. So, but like I said, this is my aim. My aim is to try and help as many traders as possible, because there's so many traders that's fallen into that trap of learning trading the retail traders way. I show you the way, the right way to trade, and you can see my results, you can see my stats, you can see everything. So up to you, man. You know what you have to do. If you would rather go and keep wasting your money learning things that are never gonna help you in trading, then yeah, by all means keep doing that. But yeah, so as always, follow me on TradingView, guys, if you want to see more updates like that. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.